You're all good friends now, because tonight you're going to see a whole different side of his talent. He really has a dynamic show. I know you're going to enjoy it. So would you give a big, warm welcome to Glyn Bailey.
Thank you. Good evening. Hey! This is a lovely way to spend this evening. I can't think of anything that I'd rather do. This is a lovely way to spend our evening. I want to save all my nights and share them with you. Thank you very much. Around the world I searched for all of you. I traveled on till hope was gone to seek a rendezvous. I knew somewhere, sometime, somehow, you'd look at me, sorry, and I would see the smile you're smiling now. Let me tell you something. 2 cruises ago, before Roger Moore was on, in joke, but yeah, 2 cruises ago, we had a little girl on the ship. She was lovely, she was very well spoken, and in fact she was English. And one day, I overheard a conversation on deck between this little girl. She was about 10 or 11, I think, and she was talking to an American gentleman. He was very, very well spoken himself, but he had grey hair, very dignified looking. And the conversation went something like this. She went up to him and said, "Excuse me, sir, may I ask you some questions?" Well, he was a little bit surprised, but he turned around and he said, "Well, yes, certainly, young lady, and if I can answer them, I will." She said, "Sir, are you rich?" Well, he said, a little bit startled, he said, "Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I am rich. In fact, I have a small fortune." And then she thought again and said, "Sir, do you have a nice house?" He said, "Oh, yes, I've got 3 very nice houses, one in St. Moritz, Switzerland, one in New York City, and one in London." And then she thought for a 3rd time and said, "Sir, do you have a nice car?" He said, "Oh, yes, I've got many nice cars, including a Rolls Royce." And then the little girl turned around and said, "Mother, what else should I ask him?" It's true. My girlfriend back home in England, Brunhilde, she's a wonderful girl. She's ever so good to her mother, she really is. But my girlfriend, Brunhilde, she said to me before I came on, she said, "Glyn, if you go back on that cruise ship, I'm going to leave you." Now, that's either indigestion or sympathy, I don't know which it is, but the funny thing was, I got a call to go to the radio room today. She phoned me all the way from England. It must have cost her a lot of money. And she wants me back! Yes. And this is what she said. "Won't you come home, Glyn Bailey? Oh, what a terrible trick. Won't you come home? I've cried the whole night long. I'll do your cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent." I like that bit. I know I've done you wrong." And she went on by saying, "I remember that rainy evening I threw you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb. Now I know I'm to blame, well, ain't that a shame? Oh, Glyn Bailey, oh, won't you please come on. Let's clap and get nice and warm. Here we go, come on. Look into my heart and you will fly. There's nowhere else to hide. Or take me as I am. Take my life. I would give it all. I would sacrifice. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. There's no love just like your love, and no other could give more love. There's nowhere
small fortune. If I were a rich man, dago-digo, all day long, I'd pity-bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't do it. Dago-digo, if I were a pity rich, dago man, I'd build big tall house with rooms by the dozen, right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere, just for show.
Well, as some of you know, because I've told you already, I had the great pleasure some years ago, in fact a few years ago, of being in the original London cast of Evita. Now, but anyway, as you're such nice people, I thought I'd sing you a song from the show. It uses the same musical theme, but in a slightly different context. Oh, what a circus, oh, what a show. Argentina has gone to town over the death of an actress, Odiva Peron. We've all gone crazy, morning all night and morning all day, going over ourselves to get all of the misery right. Oh, what an exit, that's how to go when they're ringing your curtain down. Demand to be buried, Eva Peron. It's quite a sunset, and it's good for the country in a roundabout way. We've made the front pages of all the world's papers today. But who is this Santa Evita? Why all this howling hysteria? Thank you. What power. Ladies and gentlemen, that was like a workout. And that was by a composer who's done quite well, wouldn't you say? Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's done reasonably well. I'd like now to sing you a song. Some of my friends have heard this before, but I've been asked to sing it again, so who am I to refuse? This is a song that I wrote myself. It's all about the, thank you, the little things in life that you forget are there. You know, we walk around from day to day looking, or involved in our own lives, of course, but sometimes we forget the beautiful things of nature, and I think it's rather appropriate as we're going through some of this wonderful natural scenery. We're going to see some of it tonight, so don't worry, you won't miss it. This is a song about things that are old and yet new. Thank you. I see colored rainbows high up in the sky. I see stars that shine against the blue. I see little birds when young begin to fly. All these things are old, and still they're new. Trees whose arms reach out to grasp the air we breathe. Blades of grass that shimmer in the dew. Spiders working hard their silken homes to weave. All these things are old, it's still they're new. There are so many things that we forget are there. Look and just see it brings a world of wonder everywhere. Seagulls soaring high into the sun so dead. Animals that sleep winter through. Flower seeds that grow then blossom everywhere. All these things are old and still they're new. There are so many things that we forget are there. Look and just see it brings a world of wonder everywhere. trombone, and we're just going to do it. Here's a medley of songs you all know. These songs were put together years ago. Some of them were sung by the great Al Jolson, some weren't, so we don't know what to call the medley. But never mind, we're going to call it our Great American Medley. 1, 2, 2, 2. I've been away from you a long time. I never thought I'd miss you so. Somehow I feel your love is real. Near you I've got to be. The birds are singing 'cause it's song time. The band just running soft and low. I know that you yearn for me too. Swanee, you're calling me. Everybody, come on, you know it. Here we go. Swanee, well, you know how I love you, how I love you. Oh, Swanee, I give the world to be among the folks in. Wonderful. Miami is waiting for me. Where you going? Down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more. When I get to that Swanee, I'm going to take you all on tour with me. Steamboat Bill, steaming down Mississippi. Steamboat Bill, one mighty man is he. Steamboat Bill, he steams on down Mississippi, trying to break the record of the Robert E. Lee. Steamboat Bill, he steams on down Mississippi. Steamboat Bill, what a mighty man is he. Steamboat Bill, he steams on down Mississippi, trying to break the record of the Robert E. Lee. Oh, watch him shuffling along. Woo! Hear him shuffling along. Go take your best gal, my real pal. Go down to the levee. I said to the levee, and join that shuffle and drum. You gotta hear that music and song. It's simply great, mates. Waiting on the levee, waiting for the Robert E. Lee. Levee, my levee. The sun shines east, and that sun shines west. But I know where the sun shines best. My Miami, my Miami. Oh, my heartstrings are just tangled around Alabama. I'm coming. Oh, I'm so sorry that I've made you wait. Yes. Come on, all have a laugh, then you go. I'm coming. I hope and pray I'm not too late. Oh, Miami, my Miami. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles for just one of your smiles, my Miami. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles for just one of your smiles. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been wonderful. Thank you for coming. You've still got time to see Stromboli. Don't forget, no matter where you go, there you